Today I've decided that I'm going to review myself. I'm going to come out right here, right now. By now you might be wondering, is she one of those? And yes, I am one of those. I am radical feminist. But I'm not a lesbian, I'm not bisexual. I am a white, straight, married, middle-aged, middle-class woman who has been with a guy for 24 years, but aligned with radical feminism. So you might be wondering, what makes me a radical feminist? Well, it's basically three things. First, I believe that women are human beings. Yes, I believe in the radical notion that women are human beings deserving of human rights. Second thing is that at some point I gave my head a big wobble and I said no to all forms of exploitation of women's reproductive labor. And the third thing is that it's a detail, it's a little thing, it's a tiny little thing, in that I don't want to fucking die, okay? Because this is not a joke, I'm not gonna make a joke about it, it's a true story. But in 2011, I almost died from a miscarriage. I was denied medical assistance for 3 days because doctors chose to believe I had an abortion, so I probably deserved to die. And they only admitted me to a hospital setting after I passed out bleeding. So excuse me if I don't want to fucking die, okay? I'm also a mother. I have 2 kids to raise. I have 2 boys, 2 lovely boys, 2 rascals, really, my older one, okay, my older child, he identifies as a comedian. And the reason he identifies as a comedian is because when he was 5, he came home from school with a book, and this book had lots of puns and riddles. Now, I love puns. Puns make my day. Just the other day, my husband found this meme on the internet and he showed it to me. It had an image of a woman, and in the image it was written, "Hello, I'm Pandora, and today we are going to do some unboxing." So I was like, oh, okay, all right, I got a joke for you too. Now, for that, we're gonna need a little bit of a background. So there are a lot of organizations nowadays fighting for the rights of lesbians and gays and bisexuals. They're called LGBs, and they're always saying, drop the T. So, a few months ago, a singer that no one has heard about, called Kate Tempest, said they are now non-binary, and they are now called K-A-E. So someone clever on Twitter said, oh look, Kate Tempest just dropped the T. And then my husband went, I don't get it. Which was exactly what my son told me after I told him a pun. So I found this pun in this book from school, and so I turned to him and say, do you see any change in me? And he goes like, no. Why? Well, because I just swallowed some coins. And he was like, I don't get it, mommy. Which is why, years later, he started writing his own jokes to prove to me how it's done. I kid you not, This is one of his real jokes. Why was the vampire coughing? Well, because his coffin was dusty. I find it amazing. I love it. But anyway, I am married, and I'm married to a man, so we are living the dream, the dream battle of the sexes, right? Right now, we seem to be going through an unspoken competition to see who is the cheapest bastard. I refused to buy a microwave oven. He learned how to do some popcorns in a saucepan. I refused to buy a toaster, and he learned how to make toasts on a frying pan. I refused to buy an extra stick, so we had to alternate between the broom and the mop with the same stick. But the other day he came home with a second stick. So I'm guessing I won that round. Anyway, as I said in the beginning, I am a radical feminist, trying to make the world a better place for women and girls, 2 boys and 1 man at a time.